Burns Marvin. I've had these guitars for some time. First one was 2000, but that was marquee without the heavy bridge here, and it's really heavy. So when you sit like this, it like a Les Paul, it just want to rock to the right, and that's not preferable. Unlike a Stratocaster, you've got this knob that pulls out, and it basically turns it into sort of a humbucker sound. Then you've got your sort of normal Strat sound, but the thing is with the Strat, it's more, I find it on stage more of a sort of a rounder, bottomy sound compared to a Strat. The Strat definitely cuts more frequency through, especially on like the high notes. But you know, I love the Burns. I do like the Burns. It just feels really retro and classic, but I've never been able to get, well, I have, but not naturally, get the sound that Marvin got out of it in the mid to late 60s, of that sort of wah, really tinny but beautiful sound. People say, well, that's the amps at the time, the echoes at the time he was using, but I don't know, I wonder if they're completely different pickups to what these newer ones are. The nearest I can get to it, if I put it through a wah-wah and take some of the frequency off, sort of half open, pull that knob up and play, and with a bridge pickup, I haven't got it set up for, I can't show you, but that's the nearest you can get to that kind of mid to late Shadow 60s sound, which is really of the time, and really not heard it since or before. Very retro, lovely sound. I think I prefer it to the Strat. It's kind of almost, ooh. But no one's ever said to me, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, people are like, huh? Is it just me hearing something a certain way? But to me, Hank Marvin got a very certain sound out of his Burns. Completely different to just plugging in a Burns now. And when he used these ones on stage in the 2000s, they just sound like these. They didn't sound like the original Burns. So what was it with the original Burns that had a certain like tinny but beautiful sound? If anybody knows, comment. I mean, it could be the echoes, could be the of the time amps, but I don't think it was. Whatever he was using, whoever what amps were, it was that sound. So this is the 2004 version. Well, it's not a copy, it's just a reissue, isn't it? And I play it on stage normally with the red one. I don't know if you can see it in shot just to the right of how you're looking. And I always have the thing pushed in. I never really use. Well, I have used the pull out on recordings, but not on radio jingles. I think I've used it pulled out on certain things. I used it on Mogology album. Can't remember if it was pulled out. I don't think it was. The tremolo, it keeps good tuning actually. The Burns do keep very good tuning. It just sounds like a Strat, doesn't it? But with less top. And yet when Hank used these, they sounded almost more toppy than the Strats. So just a little to honour the Burns. This is number 0968 out of 2004 that were released in 2004. And the red one I've got is prototype. So no number. And there was only 500 of those made. I don't know if that includes the prototype or not. But there you go. Yeah. So. Burns Marvin.